Alright, hello. Is it working? Okay, it seems like it's working. Hello everyone. How's it going? Long time no stream. I mean, relatively at least. How's everybody doing? How's the weather where you are? Because it's getting really warm here, slowly but surely. And I already have like a bit of AC on because I cannot deal with the Greek heat, not gonna lie. We'll probably also bring like some fans, like the ones that, blow air, not like the popular kind of fans. Just to, survive, especially when it gets hotter during the summer. Hey, Mr. M123, hello, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I think music might be a bit too loud, maybe, but again I can never tell. So yeah, I missed the Tuesday stream because I had to get prepared for the small talk that I gave at the add-on event, which was pretty fun, not gonna lie. I mean, I didn't have any idea of like how many people were there and watching, and the whole size of the event, because I was just like in a Zoom call basically. But yeah, it was fun, and I had to work on that on Tuesday because Wednesday was the presentation, and of course I procrastinated. Of course I didn't have it ready before like Wednesday morning. And yeah, so I had some time left today. Hey Thanos, doing alright? It's awful in Berlin. Is it too cold or like raining or what? Because I mean, when it comes to weather, I have some different definitions for what's awful. Like, I don't enjoy like the heat waves of Greece, especially during the summer. So yeah, like some days I could use some rainy, cold weather. Nice and sunny. Oh, it's that kind of weather. Yeah, okay, I get why that would be annoying. For sure. Alright, so it has rained a lot there. Well, it's a good thing that the sun is coming out then. Yeah, I'm aware of that theory as well. Hey, the Nikes. Once again, I'm annoyed by the whole floating thing here, but maybe I will fix it here, maybe not, I don't know. But just to get a good idea of what was done in the last stream, basically I wanted to have some VFX for the projectiles that the enemies are throwing at the player. And yeah, so I spent the whole duration of the stream last Saturday just with the muzzle flash and charging effect, which you can see here. And yeah, but the projectiles still remain like simple capsules. So that's what will probably change today, as well as maybe some impact effects and maybe some actual functionality when it comes to the projectiles, like actually doing damage and stuff. And in that case, maybe some impact effects as well. I don't know, maybe I will spend too much time on the projectile itself, so I don't know. So I'm just like, as I'm playing, I'm just thinking how the projectile should look like. Is there a game attached? That's a good idea. Well, technically yes. Technically this is supposed to end up being like a game, right? But the thing is that I'm basically procrastinating making like everything else besides the actual game. So, you know, I had like the shaders, the deferred shaders for like the stylized look. I had like the VFX and some basic combat system, some camera work for targeting, the animation blending, and all that stuff that you don't actually need for the game, but I did those instead of actually doing the actual game. So yeah, but the goal, like the penultimate goal, is for it to end up being a game. Yeah, it's exactly the exact same theory as with the weather. Flashing point light in the projectile, of course. Yeah, there is a when the projectile spawns, there is like a point light, and because again the whole stylization comes from a deferred shader, I get these nice little stylized bands on the light right out of the box. So yeah, and also because they are non-shadow casting lights, and we're in the deferred pipeline, they pretty much are like free. So there's that. There's no cost to them. It's not like, in case somebody's not familiar with like the difference between the forward and the deferred rendering in this manner. So in forward rendering, all the objects take care of lighting themselves, and for each light that is cast upon them, they basically have one extra pass to, you know, calculate the lighting and, you know, add it to the overall result additively. But that's like the responsibility of each and every object, right? But in deferred, because the way it works is that it just gathers like big screen space data like normals and softness and the lighting, all of those are gathered into separate textures, the G buffers, and, you know, then given to the renderer to actually finalize the color. The objects themselves don't have to, you know, care about the lights. So that's why lighting, like non-shadow casting lights again, in deferred are very cheap, basically. Hey Vichorka! So, as I'm running around, I'm thinking how the projectiles should look like. So, I maybe don't actually want it to be like a projectile, like think traveling. Hey Cyan! I was thinking instead that it could be like some sort of ray, like the Breath of the Wild kind of lasers from the Guardians. And I think I have made something like that in the past, though. Yeah, I think I have, but I think either way it was like as a freelance task, so I can't even remember where it was, but even so I can't show it or talk about it. But I think I've made something like that in the past. So to also make it a bit more challenging, because okay, like the projectiles, well, they're pretty slow right now either way. He's shooting a bit fast. Like, how much is that? Whoa. He's shooting way too fast. The interval is between 4 and 10. Oh, I should change this because I don't want to be using Visual Studio here. Oh, fun fact, something that I didn't know that would happen. Cyan, remember the change that we did for in the OmniSharp settings to fix the formatting? Apparently that carried over to Visual Studio as well, which is weird but very, very welcome. So yeah, cool beans. Hold up. I think I have a theory. Okay, so combat started. Well, that's interesting. It triggers 6 times, so twice for each enemy. So that wasn't exactly my hunts, but I mean, it's still something to keep in mind. So trigger enter. How many times is this called? But it's triggered once. And how many times is this called then? Hey Yuri, how's it going? So that gets triggered. Hold up. How many are there in the enemy list? Hold up. Of course. Right. So that's wrong because this is supposed to be populated on start. Oh, why just kind of? I'm alright. Bit tired, but alright nonetheless. It's been a kind of busy few days at work. We were kind of like busy, and then I also had the add-on talk, so there was some stress there too. But all that's over now, so it's more like chill days ahead. The talk, I think it was alright. At least, you know, I said, you know, all the stuff that I wanted to say. But yeah, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I had no context about how many people were actually watching, and didn't get a lot of questions. Like, one reason for that maybe could be because my talk was in English, and because it was a French event, you know, maybe there wasn't a lot of French people that, you know, were comfortable with the English speaking talk. So is the talk archived somewhere? Not yet, but from what I've seen, they are generally archived on YouTube. On the actually, I can share the channel because you can also find some previous talks, and that's awesome. Let me see. Yeah, here. You can find the previous add-on talks in there as well, like from previous years. And I assume that, you know, sometime soon, I don't really have an idea specifically about when, but sometime soon the new ones will also be uploaded. All right. So yeah, but besides that, it was I think it was fun. Yeah. I think it went alright, and it was fun. The only English speaking, maybe not the only one, but you know, we were like a few. I think, yeah, most of the speakers and like most of the event was in French. And I mean, I could have tried, you know, talking in French, but my French are horrible, and it would be embarrassing for like everybody. Like, despite me actually, you know, I was actually in a French Greek school during middle school and high school, so I did French for like I was taught French for like 6 or 7 years, but I have learned absolutely nothing. So, alright, projectile time. Projectile time. I'm trying to remember how those like kind of laser beamy well, again, they're not really projectiles, they're more like, well, laser beams, I guess. You know, they have like a long trail. Not sure if they would travel indefinitely. Oh well. Hey, light black. Yeah, I can relate. I can relate with that. So I mean, since, you know, there's a good build up there with the charging, with this here. Come on, come on. Huh, that was trippy. Can you see that? Hey, Specs. Project today, some VFX sparkles to continue working on like the enemy projectiles or the enemy attacking or whatever. I'm not sure if I should be still calling them projectiles, but whatever. So that was weird. I actually had the debug view on to see like the list of enemies in the combat zone, and I forgot that I had it on. So, you know, when I actually clicked on the particle system, I got this view, which I had never seen before. It's so trippy. Like this is a Shuriken particle system, you know, in debug mode. Everything is visible. Damn, I'm really happy now for all the custom editing stuff that is happening. And also, like, I didn't have the preview here for the particle effect, so yeah. So yeah, I have a pretty good charge up here. And like the mass glow and all that, so you know, all that should be indication enough that you're about to, you know, get a laser in your face. So maybe shouldn't be, the projectile shouldn't be like a projectile, maybe it should be like a heat scan kind of thing. So how would that go? Trying to find a way to do that. Okay, sure, my brain is not working well today. So AC needs to be back on. Alright. So I could just like shoot a raycast at the player since I know their position, and you know, then spawn some sort of like line renderer and some particles along that. Or that's great, I'll just, you know, I'll keep it like a projectile, and worst case I just make it like really quick. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, so let's fix up this mess. So this is what the projectile looks like right now. I do like the cell shading from the shader on it though. But yeah. Let's actually, yeah, let's remove that. Oh, sorry. Let's disable that then. And I mean, whatever it leaves behind, that could be particles, but the projectile itself doesn't really need to be particles. It looks like something out of a pharma commercial. Well, you know what, I'll take that as a compliment. Light black. Alright, so let's get a projectile kind of shape here. Yeah, I'm a sucker for cell shading as well. Trying to put it anywhere I can. Oh god, okay. Alright. Needs to be even smaller. Alright, hiding the capsule again. Alright, that can be the tip of the projectile, but obviously it needs some cool materials on it, so let's do that. I think I need a new folder. Vertex edit primitives in Unity. Yes and no. So you can do stuff with Pro Builder, and even if something like you can make stuff directly from Pro Builder in here. So like this is a Pro Builder mesh, so I can actually, you know, edit the vertices. But even if it's not, if your mesh is relatively simple, snapping verts, with that cone. Oh, actually, there is something for that. It's yeah. If you hit, okay, I broke it. Okay, stop. I'm not. Why is it doing that? I'm not pressing anything right now. I'm just moving the mouse and it's in vertex snap mode. Help. Okay, it stopped. Okay. So yeah, if you hold V while you have like the movement gizmo selected, you can actually vertex snap to, you know, anywhere you want. So yeah. Oh, didn't mean to change that. But like absolutely there wasn't like a concrete, you know, position placeholder really. It was just, you know, there. So yeah, projectile head. Okay, this is going to use the custom shader, obviously. Have the cone. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't really a problem. I wasn't entirely trying to match it, so it was alright. So let's see. I mean, since the rest of the, since I already have like this kind of style with the other effects, hold up, I just noticed the clipping that happens here, so let me just fix that real quick. That's better. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, it's better. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a similar approach here as well. So again, my approach is not really solid, to be honest. I'm just trying out random noises and stuff works. So yeah. I mean, after some experience, you know, you can tell that stuff work especially well when you're using Worley noise. So this is the noise of choice. Thanks so much for the follow, Mark Pill. Let's chill with the cutoff. Alright, maybe chill a bit more. Yeah. And again, I showed on the previous stream that, you know, Worley noise, when it's just by itself, I can remove the culling too. Yeah, it's not much, but the real magic of the Worley noise is when you stretch it. So I guess stretch it, yeah, like this. And yeah, I can also add some motion. Having it clip like that is annoying, but that's why I have my masks here. So that would take a rectangular mask. And yeah, cutting the height does the trick. Hey Raisin! How's it going? And yeah, I think I can scale it a little more. Some. Oh yeah. Yeah. I will try to remember adding that, but I can also try and find it again. But I will, you know what, I will just leave this open so that I remember to link it. But just in case, it's this one here. I use a lot of noise textures from that pack there. and anything else really comes from Substance Designer. So yeah. Okay, I want to see this again to see how it looks. Does it? Oh, it's okay. All right. Is it transparent? It is transparent. So I can also make that transparent. 1 minus source alpha with nodes at right. All right. I mean, you can see it has some artifacts with the depth right with itself, but I don't really care because it's going to be like a missive and you won't be able to understand anything either way. I mean, yeah, it's going to look like this, I guess, or yeah, there we go. Not so much, but it needs more. Not sure if a secondary texture will do a lot. Leave it there. It's alright, I guess. And let's see, what else? I mean, I could probably also duplicate that. And actually scale it down a little bit. I mean, I could also rotate it for some variety. Okay, you know, just for a laugh, I'm gonna try and see how that looks. Come on, all right. Shoot me somebody, thank you. Okay. It could be bigger, definitely. I mean, it's better for it to be like very noticeable. It spawns from the wrong place, so I guess I knew that because it spawns from the position of the enemy instead of like the position of the particles, so there's that. So yeah, I can afford making it larger, definitely. Could be faster. And now comes the hard part. I want to add a trail, right? So effects, trail. It's so annoying, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but is there a way to actually work with a trail without having to do this, and then, you know, every time you change something, things will just start disappearing, and then you have to move it again to see how it looks, and do that over and over again. Like, this is very annoying. An animation. I mean, I shouldn't have to be doing that. So, okay, one thing that I usually do, at least when I want to, you know, make a material for the trail, is that I start with a line instead, because it's using the same principles. So, you know, I can find the correct sizes and all that. Alright, so okay, I'm gonna try to see how the trail looks here. Okay, lots of things that need to be changed. So source alpha, 1 minus source. I mean, you know what? Make it additive. Why not? And I should probably change that, and maybe that. And make it move the other way, not so much. Hey there, dudes, how's it going? I mean, I'm hoping that the trail at least would look better with this material. So let me actually try. Yeah, look kinda better. Oh, yeah, meetings are annoying. But I'm glad to hear, alright, that you're alright besides that. I'm alright as well. I'm just a bit tired, but I had some time today and thought that I could continue with the trail things. With the projectile things. How did I set the trail up? Oh, you mean this? I mean, this is just like a standard Unity trail. Oh, you missed the Saturday stream? Well, this is what I did on the Saturday stream. So some effects for like charging the projectile and also like firing it. So that's what I did on the Saturday. So now I'm doing the rest of the stuff for the projectiles. Ah, no worries. And yeah. Oh yes. Yes, I am using the line renderer right now to like try and see how it looks. But the annoying thing here is also that, you know, on the line render I only have like the 2 points, so maybe it's better if I leave it like this instead of like making it like that. So yeah, with this I can kind of get an idea of how it would look, but yeah. How would it be if I said repeat? No. Distribute? That's kind of fun. Okay. Definitely want it to be have a bigger width though. Time should also be like quite small. I just wanted, you know, to go like this and then don't see a lot of the trail basically. Okay, let's assume that this is there. Doesn't feel right. Oh, I actually think I know a way to make it work, to be able to work with trails better. So I think that if you actually yeah, if I could hit pause at some point, maybe I will, maybe, yeah, okay. So I think now I can actually do changes to the trail without it disappearing on me. Yeah. So there's that, I guess. Hey mates, yeah, trails. Not a really big fan of them, to be honest, but you know what to do. Oh, I should also like, yes. Okay, just again, out of curiosity, I want to see how this looks. It's probably not going to look great, but whatever. Hold up. All right. Come on, hit me. Thank you. Okay, reduce the scale on the texture for sure because it's too wavy. So oof. Why is it in such a wrong place? Does it have a weird pivot or something? I guess it does need to be a little bit offset, I guess. I will add more elements to it, by the way. I won't just leave it like this and the trail. Gonna have to think what those should be, but you know. Oh, thanks, Mitch. Yeah, those are the ones I made Saturday. Come on. Seriously starting to considering maybe not doing it like this. I want to really see those projectiles fly though. Okay, whoa, okay, now we're kinda cooking. Yeah, it's crazy how much better things look when they're faster and you can't really see all the imperfections. It's also really interesting to see how the chromatic aberration from the smoke looks when the projectiles are firing. That's a neat effect. You know what? They could be faster. And you know, adding like at least a small range of prediction, it actually might make it really hard to avoid these. You know what? I will still research how the lasers in Breath of the Wild look, though. Maybe they will give me some ideas. About the chromatic aberration of the projectile. Yeah, it's because it's using a grab pass, so that that effect basically, you know, takes whatever's behind it and applies distortion and chromatic aberration. Problem is, it does not always do it just on whatever is inside behind it. It also does it like for foreground elements, but that's a classic thing, classic error with this kind of approach. But still, yeah. You know, because it's grab pass, it's also working like with transparent objects, so it works pretty well with VFX stuff as well. So yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to see the Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, this is a very good reference. It's from Gregory. Gregory Oliveira. I don't know if you know him, but like he's making some really awesome VFX, especially Breath of the Wild inspired. So yeah. These are cool to see. These are nice VFX. Okay, let me go frame by frame. Okay. So some charging, way more intense than mine, but it's still cool reference. Big spark, mine is not that big when shooting, and I mean, yeah, you can tell that it's like a elongated sphere or something like that. A big flash and then again another sphere that goes back, or again it might not be a sphere. Build up the refraction by masking based on the surface depth. That's good to know. Yeah, it's something that, you know, I just left it there, didn't care about fixing it. So, you know, maybe in this case I'll see about fixing it. So yeah. Okay, I want to also see how it is in actual Breath of the Wild. Okay, I think I found a good video. Alright. Okay. So yeah, that looks like this. Would you look at that? It seems like it's also like a elongated mesh, like a sphere or something. You can actually see the triangles here at the edge. Oh damn, that's an annoying fight for the one playing it. Okay, that wasn't very helpful though, for the way I'm doing it right now at least, so... But the core concept is that, you know, it's not firing a projectile that's just moving and, you know, whenever, whatever it finds, it hits or something like that. It's that it's going to the target that it had at the moment of shooting. So, is it worth looking into that? Hey the monkey, what am I working on? I'm working on like VFX for the enemy projectiles. I started working on them on Saturday when I did like the charge up and the muzzle flash and all that stuff. And right now I'm just getting the visuals for the projectiles themselves. Though I'm struggling to, you know, see if I do want this kind of projectiles or if I want more like a laser beam type of projectile. Or I guess that looks cool as well. I mean, if I add more elements, it can look cool, I guess. So, you know what? Let's add some interesting things. Everything that's VFX right now done using shaders. No, it's definitely not a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. Except, you know, when people ask me why I'm not using shader graph. Yeah, so it's not all done with shaders, but I do use a lot of custom shaders for my VFX. I actually have like one VFX master shader that I have made, which has like a bunch of different effects. Like, you know, panning textures and putting gradient maps and all that kind of stuff. But besides that, most of the VFX themselves are actually just Shuriken particle systems. And yeah, they just trigger, like, you know, 2 or 3 separate different elements. And they utilize some of the stuff in my custom shaders for some custom effects. So, for example, you can see that. Come on. Yeah. Okay. So you can see the way that this is dissolving. The dissolve is actually part of my custom shader, and I'm using custom data from the Shuriken particle system to drive the dissolve. And now that I actually see that, maybe it should, you know what, I'm not gonna change it because I'd have to change the prefab and I'm too bored. Not to use a shader. Well, I am using the shaders, but you know, you can't get like the versatility of motion and, well, spawning all the different geometries and elements and the timing and the animation, all of that stuff. You can't really get them from a shader. You still need to use like the Shuriken particle system, or, you know, if I were in like URP or HDRP, I could use the VFX graph. Thanks for the follow, Kieran Pond. So yeah, I'm still using shaders, obviously. I'm using the custom shaders for the materials too. But yeah, the VFX themselves are based on the Shuriken particle system. Like also the ability to have a light, an actual point light shine when the enemy shoots, and, you know, it's adjust it based on the strength of the particles and all that, yeah, that's not something you can do from a shader. Like in no way you can do that from a shader. No, I stand by that. Alright, so let's add some more particles. It will be fun to leave some sort of trail behind the projectile. And let's see how I could go about that. Okay, so it is going to be a cone. It's not gonna have a radius, or maybe like a very small one. It's gonna start at the head, and it's going to have like a very small angle, to be honest. Or maybe even larger with smaller radius. Yeah, something like that. Because these are going to be small enough, like really small, like even maybe smaller than that. And gonna make them like particles. What is this? Am I using this anywhere in the scene? Right, okay, never mind then. I'm gonna use the glow particles for that. Wrong thing, okay, here. Alright, make them like kind of bluish to match, or you know what, maybe it would be a good time to introduce some color, maybe. So yeah, one thing that I could do here, something that maybe would look cool, would be to add some trails on the particles with a default line, or you know what, the same, yeah, but obviously not like that, making it look like a comet or something, but a ribbon. Or even more ribbons. So the particles are not going to live that long, to be honest, just going to be like so much, but there are going to be lots of them. You know what, maybe they can live longer. Well, either way, they're not going to be emitting like that. They will have some rate over distance, so that would look like, obviously they will also be in wall space. And maybe not even half speed. Okay, I know what's wrong with that here, so I'm just gonna make... Okay. emissive trail with no texture. Okay, wrong thing. Oh, SPS is the Shuriken particle system. Yeah. Also, those the player effects are also using like a few particle systems. Okay, I want this to be emissive trail. Alright, so 50 might be a lot when you have it over distance. Less of that, more of that. Some size over lifetime. I feel that it's going to look jarring because everything else is blue and that's going to be orange, even though, you know, these colors are usually good together. Less of that, more of that. More of that. No. That's fun. Okay, how would it look if it was blue as well? Maybe I could live with that. It was more yellow. Okay, the size over lifetime is causing some artifacts on the trails, so maybe instead I could it's additive, right? So maybe I could just play with the color to fade them out. It's kind of better. I mean, less noisy artifacts. Whoa. Oh, I don't care about that. Color over trail. What if that was like this? And if the same went for this. All right. Yeah, that's true. Although, I mean, it will, because it's in wall space, even if it moves fast, you know, you will still see the aftermath of the trail. You know what? I want more noise. The noise looks nice. So, okay, maybe it needs frequency. Yeah. And maybe even more. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's cool. Still not 100% sold on the colors, but we'll see how that looks. I can also really give... no, the gravity multiplier is not going to work for this. That's kind of addicting, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm done playing with that. I should just put it here. Apply. And let's see how it looks. Okay, you know what? Because this is going to be really annoying, I'm gonna make them shoot real fast, because I really want to see them projectiles. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so yeah, see, they linger, but maybe they linger too much. Oh, thanks for the follow, Sphere134. Maybe they lingered too much, so maybe I can reduce the lifetime. And also the noise might be a bit extreme. But it looks interesting. Certainly it has some uniqueness to it. And the colors didn't end up being too jarring, I think. I don't know about you. I will also probably leave some smaller emissive particles that are also blue to, you know, tie the whole thing up a little bit better. But yeah, the color is not really bad. Just have to reduce maybe the lifetime and maybe the noise. Well, thanks Drawing Hydra. And I'm glad it looks clean. Not sure if it's clashing a bit with the charge, because, you know, because of the trails, you have like a more electric feel, which I like, by the way, because it fits the theme of the enemies, because they're going to be like constructs. But the trails from the charge aren't so angular, they're more roundy energy instead of angly electricity, if that makes any sense. So I'm not sure if that's clashing or not. I can definitely add some yellow to the muzzle flash though, to also like add some coherency to the colors. Yeah, the enemies will probably have like a blue and yellow color scheme, I think, while the main colors for the player are more like black and reddish pink, you know, the like the one you can see on their eye. Damn, they are relentless. Whoa. I should probably destroy those projectiles at some point. And you know what? It's 2021. I'm not going to pull the projectile, just instantiate shit. It's okay. No, actually, that's a horrible advice. It's good to, you know, use object pullers for that kind of stuff. Just so you know. Okay, so what did I want to do? So particle trail. So maybe 0.6. 6 is a good. I feel. Oh, I haven't used Godot. Is it good when it comes to like garbage collection and all that? Like instantiating and destroying. In general, I have a somewhat close eye on Godot, mostly on the graphic stuff, because I follow I can't remember his name, but he's like the main Godot guy who's just killing it with all the graphics improvements. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. No, I haven't tried Godot. Maybe I should at some point, and definitely look into like how they're making custom shaders, and you know, maybe release tutorials for that as well, if you know there's not a lot of material out there. I have already seen that there are people that have converted my shaders into Godot, and you know, that was pretty cool. So yeah, that's maybe something that I could look into. Okay, what else did I want? I wanted to reduce the lifetime. Oh, and the noise. The noise was a bit intense, I think. 6. 6 is a nice number. Oh, Godot shaders. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a very cool resource. I hope is it being like actively maintained? Oh yeah, like yeah, the last one was today. So yeah, I think it's pretty active. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Having like a bunch of examples and resources in one place is like super useful for people starting up. That's one of the things that really stopped me from learning shaders earlier, because I couldn't find resources in like one place. It was pretty scattered back then, and that's why I also started my blog, because I just wanted, you know, tutorials to be in one place. Unreal or Unity? What is better? Well, you know, that's a debate that's as old as time, really. There's no answer for that. The best engine is the one that is best for your game and for your use case and for your resources. So yeah, there's not really a question of better game engine. Even like with the new stuff, with the UE5, that was really impressive and technically impressive and all that, and Lumen seems fantastic, but I still love Unity and the stuff you can do with it. So again, just a matter of use and needs. Oh, yeah, I get what you mean, Hami, about the blog. Yeah, I haven't given a lot of thought on how it looks and how, you know, on the UX side of things, because it just started as a WordPress blog, and it's still like WordPress thing, and just like I picked up a theme that looked somewhat functional and, you know, went with that. I'm not really one for web development. I don't want to deal with that stuff, and especially, you know, on an active website and all that. Oh, I wouldn't have you do that. Trust me. Yeah. It works for me in the sense that, you know, I can easily write new blogs and all that. And yeah, no navigating is a bit tough. But yeah. Bigger games use Unreal, but Unity games sometimes are much better developed by the devs. So and so again, like there are games that you couldn't believe that they're made with Unity, and you know, there are games that really don't leverage all the power of Unreal Engine. Like, I mean, Genshin Impact, for example, is an amazing example of what Unity can do. But yeah, again, as Vacharka is saying, the engine doesn't really matter. You know what? I'm gonna go nuts with this, with the projectile head. Just yeah, it's good. And you know what? What the hell? It's free. Alright, it's free. I'm going to add a light in every goddamn projectile. Because it's free, and because I can. So yeah, exactly, Specs. It's free real estate. You know what? I can actually make it even juicier. Alright, so I have a... Either way, I wanted to like enrich this look here. So I will add a single particle, a simple like glowing particle. So just gonna call it glow. It's gonna have the glow material because it glows and it's just glow. No shape, no speed. You know what? I'm happy with rate over. No. Yeah. You know what? That's alright. That's good. Make it bigger. Make it bluer. Make it bigger for sure. Just so you know, it has like the impression of something glowy there. Should it be also yellow? No, just keep it blue. Keep it blue. How did I start off as a dev? Sorry, yeah, specs. The material is using HDR colors, but the particle system actually doesn't, because it's vertex colors, and you cannot really in Unity store values above 1. So yeah, sorry, just to answer back to drawing Hydra. How did I start off as a dev? That's a big question, but for the second part that you mentioned, that you don't have the mentality to keep making a game after a few days, I don't either. And that's why I started streaming, because now with the streams I have like basically, you know, I need to do something live, so, you know, I'm trying to push me to make this game. There's still a lot of work to be made, but yeah, I do struggle a lot with actually completing projects and all that. Yes, I mean, I know about the new UE5 features, but I have a tendency to go against hype. Like, that's usually the case for me with anything, like popular hype, especially like with some games, especially AAA and all that, actually drives me away from them for some reason. And okay, yeah, the new UE5 stuff are really impressive, but I don't know, like, again, my favorite game is Undertale, right? So, you know, you can give me all the vertices and all the lighting and all the amazing shaders and effects and simulations and all that crap you want, but, you know, my favorite game is Undertale. It's not bad, obviously, like, and I'm really thrilled to see how, you know, studios will put that technology to good use, because you can make awesomely directed environments and even stylized stuff using realistic techniques like global illumination and all that. You can make a lot of that stuff, and I'm really curious to see, you know, how that turns out, but, you know, it's not like the penultimate thing for me. So yeah, sorry, Hami, a good place to start with shaders and stuff. Yeah, my website has some tutorials for Unity shaders, and I also have like an archive page which has a lot of useful links from other tutorial creators and other places in general you can look into for shader tutorials. A really great place to start, I will link it here, is the Book of Shaders. It does an amazing job at introducing, you know, users to the concept of shaders, and, you know, how to use math for whatever you want to create. And also thanks for the follow, Drawing Hydra. So yeah, the technology advances are indeed very neat. Like the nanite thing, it's really great. It's still, you know, most people I've seen, me included, are pretty skeptic about it, because, okay, cool, you can have like, you're basically not bound by the vertex count. That's the main thing, like, not, you know, just bringing in models with 10 million polygons just, you know, for the lols. The core thing is that, you know, you don't really have to worry about vertex count, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But yeah, the millions of polygons doesn't make a lot of sense to like anybody, because, okay, Unreal might be able to handle it, but Zebras maybe not be able to handle it, or like Substance Painter, or, you know, whatever else. So yeah. Okay, so what I wanted to do with this, it's going to be pre-warm, and it's going to like move. Oh no, you won't even do it like that. I'm gonna add some noise, but not to actually move it. So 0 position amount, just size amount. Can I remap it? Yes, I can remap it. Oh, that's great. Okay. So just... Okay, why is it not doing things though? Okay, if I don't remap it. It's kinda doing what I want. Okay, that's better. Use workflow still makes it kind of hard to work in as a solo dev. Super excited about the scripting framework. Oh, I haven't seen the complete presentation they had actually, so didn't know about the scripting framework. That sounds good because blueprints are a nightmare. So yeah. I have worked a bit with Unreal Engine. I learned a little bit about blueprints, and at first I was really skeptical as to how much stuff I could do with that. I was like there's no way I can do as much stuff with blueprints as I can with code, for example. But I was really pleasantly surprised to see that the whole system was working really great and really in a really versatile manner. During Hydra, how long have I been working on this one game? Not so long, ever since I started streaming. I did some streams working on another game, which maybe I will get back to at some point. I don't know, maybe not, whatever. But it's not so long. Like, how long have I been streaming? I have no idea. I have lost track of time, but maybe like a month or two. But still, like a few hours a week, so nothing too extreme. Yeah, the Megascan stuff do look pretty amazing, Sammy. They do look really awesome. But again, like the demo was really impressive and all that, but it was just brown. Like it really great detail and really realistic, but it was just like brown. Or like orange brown. Oh, specs, by the way, yeah, there is C++ and then there is Unreal Engine C++, right? I know C++. At uni I started with C and like C++. Well, maybe now I don't really know or remember anything about C++ anymore, but like whatever the crap Unreal Engine is using for its code, it's like such a twisted thing of C++, like it's crazy. Trying to learn code. Oh, that's cool, drawing Hydra. Yeah, exactly. Like visual scripting, inevitably it will go to hell. Like it will all turn spaghetti. There's no way around that. Mitch, do you know what my experience with C++, with Unreal C++ was? I tried to make a I started by making a custom class. And then I decided I wanted to do it in a better way, so I just wanted to, you know, delete the class, the C++ class file from the Unreal Engine editor. And I realized that I couldn't do that, and instead I would have to close Unreal Engine and then close Visual Studio and manually navigate to the file explorer and find my C++ class and then delete it. And you know, when I encountered that answer somewhere on the internet while I was looking about, you know, how to delete a C++ class, I was like, screw this, screw this. Yeah, there was no way I was gonna do that. No way. Yeah, by the way, the cool thing that I wanted to make here, does it work? Kind of works. Oh, you. Okay. Why is it? Yeah, I had made it red for some reason. But you know what? Alright, yeah, I guess this emission here is a bit intense. So, you know, just gonna bring this down a little bit. Maybe just a tiny bit. Yeah, okay, now it's usable. Oh, it's not doing the thing I wanted. Crap. Okay, going back to the previous plan, which is to just use like some random curves here, like, and make it change size. Why are you doing what you're doing? Okay. You know what? Yeah, I know what you mean, Specs. And one thing that really was weird to me with Unreal was that, you know, I wanted to do something really complicated, like, I don't know, like raycasting, whatever. And you would have like this big node in the blueprints that gave you everything you needed for that. And that was really cool. So you could do like some complicated stuff with like one or two nodes. And then like for very simple stuff you would have to use like 5 or 6, like for basic math operations, like that's a classic one. Why are you doing this? Okay, whatever. Alright, wanna see how that looks. But yeah, that's okay. Yeah, when I found out that I would have to delete it from the Explorer, I went mental. I was like, screw that. Come on, hit me. Can't see my lights here. It's weird. I mean, the glow is there. You know what? I'll just parent the light. It's okay. Oh. Oh, it's because it can't. It's because it's in the scene and it can't be stored in the prefab. You know what? Yeah, just screw it. I'm just gonna add the light manually, but I will still keep the glow. I just wanted it to, like, you know, change the range or like the intensity as it was moving, and you know, a good way for that would be to use the particle. But I mean, it's so fast that it wouldn't even be like visible, so it's okay. If I had that, what version should I use? Like just the color, just yeah, drawing Hydra, I personally prefer VS Code, like the Visual Studio Code for Unity, because, well, in terms of the main functionality, it doesn't have anything less than Visual Studio. I mean, you still get really good auto-completion. Visual Studio Code. You still get really good autocomplete and very good, the intelligence is working. You can still refer. Oh, that looks good. You can still refer, you have code lens, so you can see, you know, references and where stuff are being declared and called and whatnot. So that's cool, and also you get some way better and more handy shortcuts than Visual Studio. Like, it baffles me that in Visual Studio you cannot do this. Like, you know, when you have a word selected and you open parentheses or like curly brackets or whatever, it doesn't encapsulate your selection like VS Code does. Like, this is crazy to me. Or like, you know, when you have like these, a set of parentheses, for example, and you press the closing parentheses, the thing that the Visual Studio Code does, which is not add an extra one, which is really handy because usually you don't want that. Yeah, Visual Studio doesn't have that. Also, something really awesome is the multi-selection, which I know that the Visual Studio has, but like, if you have, for example, something that, okay, I don't do that often enough, but I do that enough times to be bothered by that. Okay, so if I hit Control D, oh, by the way, now I'm in case insensitive mode, so Alt C, and I'm back to case sensitive. Okay, so with Control D, I select like the line I want, or you know what, maybe I'll just use multiple cursors for that. Okay, so if I copy like multiple lines And I think can't remember how that was working, but yeah, see, now I had like 2 lines selected and I pasted what I had copied, and it copied the 2 lines. If I did that in Visual Studio, for each cursor it would copy both lines, so I would end up with duplicate lines. Like, these are like small things, but I don't know, they still annoy me. And also, yeah, in Visual Studio you can make your Visual Studio code look like this, and you have bloom in your text and particle effects when you're writing. So I mean, that should be argument enough. I mean, that's how I converted Joyce. So, you know. Okay, so I figured out what I wanted to also do to make the effect a bit more coherent. So as I have the muzzle glow, the muzzle flash here, I can also add some elements to tie the yellow elements together. So I will do just that. So here, as I'm also shooting the particles, what's this? Muzzle light. Oh, it's the one I have here. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Anyway, I can also have like one more particle system, which I'll just call energy burst. I don't know, words. It's going to be a circle. It's going to have emission, not emission, but burst, like lots of that, maybe like 100 burst. Boom. Much smaller, much smaller, so 0.1 0.1 to 0.1. Lifetime is going to be crazy small. They're going to be shrunk as they fly out, so like something really small, right? But I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the trails, with the particle trails. So I'm gonna add some glow. You know what? I'll give them the good glow, the glowy glow. All right. All right. And you know what? Make them stretch billboards. Why not? And give them some trails, which are going to be ribbon as well. Oh damn. I give them the same material. Okay, that's a bit intense. So maybe... Oh, it's because I have this also the size over lifetime. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, emissive trail. Yeah. Fantastic. Let's tone it down a little bit. Okay, just so selected so I can see what's going on. Doesn't help. Okay, maybe I have too many particles. This jogging thing is a bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Why do the particles... Oh! Jesus. Okay. That's how much emission does this have? It's not so much. It's weird. Too noisy, too damn noisy. Okay, maybe. Okay, that kind of helps, and maybe. Okay, more frequency, more strength. I'm curious. No looping also. Color over lifetime should also go like this, and the same can be said for these. Okay, not as noisy, and it has this impactful quality to it, I guess. And I can also make it, you know what, maybe go forward? You know what, why not? Hey Dane. Oh damn, it's been 2 hours already, huh? Yeah, well, glad you managed to join. You know what, I will make it stretched. And I will reduce that. That's cool. Now it has this kind of like funneling thing going on. So it starts from the outside and just goes towards the center. If I remove the noise, that's not bad actually, and I can actually make it go even faster. Not filling the orbital. Yeah, I think it has some nice complementing elements, and I think it will tie the whole thing together, much like the carpet from Big Lebowski. Oh hey, it's Wayne, thanks for the follow. You know, Dane, I want to believe you, but when you just write the word funny without any use of emojis, it just feels like you're mocking me. Maybe they can live longer. You know, I like this thing that it does, that it has a bit of sparkling after the shot. It's like, you know, like shot residue. So I like that. Maybe I can also like limit the velocity a little bit, so oh, glad to hear that, Sammy. Even if you just have me on the background. The fall of particle depth is really gradual. For which are you talking about, Dane? For like the yellow ones, for these? Oh, why do I still have like size over lifetime? Okay, I want this. Ah, god damn it! I want this to use this shader. Right, okay, but make it cut out. Two-sided, I guess. Yeah, they do linger a bit more, to be honest, but I kind of want that to be the case, because it feels like, you know, like some sparks you could see out of an energy weapon after it fires, like it has a bit of crackling after that, like residue from firing. It didn't work the way I wanted. Oh, okay. I mean, that movement may be a bit too gradual, to be honest. That I get. Don't limit the velocity. Why? No, okay, I ruined it. Somewhere along the lines. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think I brought it back. Oh, custom vertex streams aren't really anything too weird, to be honest. it might sound daunting, but it's just, you know, the matter of putting more things into your text code channels. So like right now you can see that it passes all the standard things, right? Like the position, it's going to the position, the color, the vertex color is going to like the color vertex stream. But also, like, apparently you can remove that and you can put the color. Oh, okay, it doesn't really let you put it anywhere else, but still. Yeah, exactly, Sammy. That's what I'm doing with my custom shader. Hold up, here. Here. So, this is like my custom VFX master shader. Just stay still, alright? And, okay, I have some basic dissolving going on here. I can drive that with a cutoff, with my cutoff sliders here. But I also use custom vertex streams. So you can see that here, you can see that, right? Okay. So you have the UVs that are going to the X and Y of your text code 0. And anything else you add after that is going into, well, it's going serially into your next text codes, right? So I get the XYZ of some of the custom data, these here. So it's putting the X and Y onto the Z and W components of the text code 0. And it's putting the Z of the custom data over to the X component of text code 1. Do you get that? Because, you know, it's going serially. So since I only had like 2 available components on text code 0, the third one is going over to text code 1. And you can also do cool things about it, like I specifically have it like hard coded in my shader that, you know, the Z, the text code 0Z is going to add to the dissolving. So what I'm doing here on the custom data is that, you know, the X component, which is going over to the Z of my text code 0, basically drives the dissolving. So and because here with the custom data I can use a curve that works over lifetime, I can adjust, you know, exactly when and how that is done. Because I could, instead of using the custom data, I could actually use the lifetime age percent. You can't see it because it's cut off, but there is a drop down and it says age percent. It's going over to the text code Z, which I use for the dissolve, and you may be able to see that it starts at some point but it dissolves really quickly, and that's because I use very small values for the cutoff, and that's why I usually want the custom data, because I have way more control than just using the lifetime percentage. Yeah, I get what you mean, Dane. The Shuriken particle system is actually really powerful, like really powerful. When I started off with VFX, just coming from shaders background, I was like, whatever, I'll just use like animations and my own do-twin inspired scripting tool to trigger like procedural animations, you know, like scaling with bounce out and all that stuff, like do-twin does pretty much. And then I realized that, you know, the Shuriken particle system was actually really powerful, and you can do a whole lot of stuff with that. And I mentioned that in a previous stream also, that I had a freelance gig that was really great, and it actually made me really test the limits of the Shuriken particle system. But like the work was really great, I really enjoyed it. maybe then less. Yeah, that's cool. You know what? Bringing back the noise. No, putting back the noise. Okay. Alright, so that's one thing I wanted to do, and I also wanted to add some more apply that, thank you. Some more trail particles behind the actual projectile. So as I have these, I will not you know what, no, just okay, I will create another one which I'll just call glow particles. Again, names are tough. Gonna make it a sphere, a small one at that, no speed, again really small, like really small, not so small, but like so small. Simulation space is going to be walled. And they will also spawn over distance, but I'm not changing that yet. They will spawn from there. And they will have some noise, not so much. Like, and some gravity. Oh yeah, I get what you mean, Dane. Yeah, that's cool. The UI is oddly functional, and the cool thing that it was that coming from Shuriken, when I tried in Unreal Engine, when I tried not Niagara, Cascade, there were a lot of similarities. And by the way, I don't know if you knew that, because I feel like, you know, it was half-assedly put into Unity, but you can actually have a very Cascade-like editor for particle systems right in Unity. Did you know that? So yeah, exactly, Dane. So all the because I have like this particle system which has like the children particles. I don't know. Oh, this is like for the curves and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows about that, and it's, you know, it's there. I mean, somebody coded this, and you can use this plus icon to make another particle system, and you see that it puts it there on the child. As a child to the object, but I will delete that. Whoa. Yeah, I will delete that. All right. Yeah, well, yeah, because nobody uses that, and I'm not using it either. But it's there. If you just click the Open Editor button on top of your particle system, it's there. It's like a button. But yeah, nobody uses it. And there's actually some other interesting things, like you can show and hide modules that you're not using. So there's that. Yeah. Oh, Dane, at this point, this is like a lost cause. I very much doubt that even internal Unity developers know about some of those stuff. Want them stretched billboards. much less. All right. So it will also leave some of these. You know what, make them stay longer. Yeah, I know, Sammy, and I can't say that it was always like that, so that's why, you know, Unity users like myself get frustrated with the whole thing that's happening now with all the fragmentation when it comes to render pipelines and tools and packages and preview stuff. Like, it didn't used to be like that. I can't even imagine like how it is for beginners to get into Unity right now, to be honest. Like, when I started off with Unity 4, post-processing effects were only for pro users. So you didn't even have to worry about that. I mean, you should, but you know, you were like, oh, I'm not paying, so okay, whatever post-processing or image effects, I don't probably need those. My game will just look butt ugly, but you know. You know what? I will increase them. Okay. More gravity. More gravity. Less gravity. Having those three, yeah, the three render pipelines. God. Oh, that sounds cool, Dane. Haven't seen that. Thanks for posting it. I will check it out later after the stream. Okay, so there's this. You know what? I'm going to make. Alright, so something cool that you can do when you have like trail particles like this is have inherit velocity, and the emitter velocity should not be rigid body in this case, it should be transformed because the projectile is not using forces to move. Yes, I mean, I know the Unity skybox has become like a meme about how bad it is, and to be honest, it's, I mean, if you don't take like the ugly brown in mind, the rest of it is actually good and physically accurate. I think it actually uses Mie scattering for it, so yeah. Yeah, the package manager is not horrible, and maybe it's kind of even better from what the crap the in Unity Asset Store tab looked like. But the thing is that, you know, they have like their own packages and the preview packages, and it feels, I don't know. Though to be honest, the package manager is probably the last thing, the less annoying thing from all the new changes, to be honest. So yeah, what I wanted to do was have some inherit velocity here. So if I set it to current and give a little bit of, initial, yeah, A little bit though, like tiny bit. Even less. Okay, now I have none, so maybe. So yeah, now you see that it kinda follows some of the velocity of the movement. I mean, in this case, maybe it's not necessary because, you know, I know that the projectile is going linearly, but, you know, if it ever had physics, then this would actually still work pretty good, pretty well. So, can I also limit that? Jesus. Yeah, it works with limiting the, so maybe not so much, but so it feels like it has a bit of momentum, a bit of inertia really. So that's something cool. Try to build freedom of use like the new input system. Yeah, the thing with the new packages, the input system and all that, it's not really indecision. I think it all stems from like a bad decision at some point where they were like, okay, people want to be more active in the development of our tools, so let's just release really early alpha versions of our newer tools so they can provide active feedback and fix them. Now, I'm pretty sure that that's not what the developers had in mind. I'm pretty sure that all the Unity developers would just prefer the engine be open source, like Unreal Engine is. But because of the stubbornness of Unity and whatever other legal and whatever other reasons there is for not making it open source, I think that at least they wanted to give developers like the ability to be heard as the new features are getting made, which is not a bad sentiment, but I guess it didn't work as well as planned. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, I should. Okay. Delete this. Delete this. Thank you. Okay, let's see how this all looks now. Might look in the editor view. Which one are you talking about, Sammy? Well, there are a lot of packages that. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Oh, that was that's the in context prefab. Hold up, that one. Yeah, I guess that's a nice take on me kind of look. But yeah, that's an in-context prefab editing. Did you want to add something else? The impact. That's some impact to the moment the projectile is finishing charging up. What do you mean, Dane? I mean, I have the charging effects and then the muzzle flash. Not sure if I wanted to add anything more there. Oh, and thanks, Lady Rouge. Yeah, I think the trails look kind of good. I think I can increase maybe the glow particles. You know what? They can stay a bit longer. And maybe there could be more of them because they're like small and wispy. Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe they're way too sparkly, so just gonna tone it down a little bit. That should do it. And oh, I missed that, but thanks for the follow, Guillaume Polly. The moment the charging finishes could. Oh, you're not wrong, Dane. There is something like that already. I will. Okay, yeah, I think that's better in all fronts. Yeah, there is kind of something like. Oh no, I'm getting killed. Okay, there is almost something like that. So there is. Like this streak, which, to be honest, it could be quite more intense and like even larger, something to really sell that, you know, you're about to get a big projectile coming over you. Yeah, actually, I think I should probably go ahead and really make it. I can. Is it not using additive? It is using additive. Oh, weird. Resimulate was off. Okay, so actually revert that. And revert that. Oh, that's an annoying thing. Revert. Thank you. So at this point, can grow even larger, I guess. No. Wait, I'm doing something wrong. Ah, crap. No, forget that. Oh, really, Kim? I mean, maybe you missed that when I mentioned that before, but I actually did like 6 years of French, or like 7, even though I can barely speak it. So yeah. There could be like an intermediate, like for 0.1 second, like a big flash that shrinks before something that really just like really sells the shot. So, you know, maybe I would try that. Anticipation glow, I guess I'm gonna call it. No shape. Just like 3 of those with that GC. Okay. No speed. Maybe not so intense. No, sorry, just sorry. I will be right. Alright, and I'm back. Should be more yellow, or should I just keep it like white? It should start later, to be honest, so maybe like here. smaller. I don't like that. That's great. I won't be adding it now, at least. Hey Trevix, how's it going? You're kinda late though, because I think I will be closing the stream soon. But here's how the final thing looks. You know what, I will try just one one more thing for the charging, because it might be a bit excessive if those are like simple enemies, but I want to just try it for the sake of trying it. So what I did like with Guardians in Breath of the Wild is like that really long trails that are coming from way outside, so I wanted to kind of try that. How would it be though? We'll see, we'll see. I have some ideas. Maybe they won't work, but it's like something long incoming. It's something I want to try. So shape is going to be a circle. And it's going to be like I first started working on it on Saturday, Dane. So I'm actually curious, it probably won't work, but if I yeah, the orbital velocity doesn't respect the scale. This kinda makes sense. I had actually done something like this before, but I can't remember how. I mean, worst case, I can just leave it like a semicircle, make it big. So yeah, maybe something like that would work. But like with trails and not a render here, so none. No. Oh, I just got what you meant, Sammy. So this is going to use the master shader actually, because I want some cut off. Nothing too crazy though, so I can also go ahead and like tile it. Yeah, something like that. And I mean, I can also move it. So now the width can actually be what? No, 1 1 or oh crap. What is the hold up. Oh, 1 0. Okay, can't believe I forgot that. Oh, glad to hear I'm saying it right. Okay, so actually this should be a curve. Then there should be so here's also something annoying. So you can set like vertex colors and stuff like that in your particles, and also use the custom vertex streams and all that, but you cannot use them. You cannot use the custom vertex streams on the trails, which is annoying, because in cases like this, I would like to drive the dissolve from the custom data, much like I did with particles, but I cannot do that with trails. So one bad workaround I have with that is that if I'm actually using a cutout version of the shader, which in this case I actually do. Oh, also I can use time step here as well. I have this checkbox here where I can use the vertex alpha for the dissolve, and that way I can actually use the the alpha channel to drive the dissolve over lifetime. So yeah, there's that. Also, another thing that I have on my shader, but I cannot use here again because I have the freaking trails, is the you can see that they are all panning the same way because they have the same texture and the same UVs, and they're going the same way pretty much, and that's annoying. In my shader I actually have this extra panning checkbox, which allows me again to use custom vertex streams to pan the textures maybe in a random way, so that I don't have the same, so you know, the same particles would have like some variation in the texture, but I cannot use that with vertex stream with trails, since I don't have the custom vertex streams. So yeah, that sucks. But something I can do, and something that I will do, is maybe give a little variation there. You know what? I think it can be a full circle. And I think I can have more. And I think they can stay longer with less of a cutoff. Maybe that's excessive, I don't know. We'll actually see how that looks right now. Come at me, come at me, come on. I think the outside ones disappear maybe too quickly. Yeah, definitely disappear too quickly, so let me fix that. Yeah, they should stay a little longer. We should be more gradual. Actually, I kinda dig this look where they don't actually go very much towards the center, but you know, it's like more of an interference kind of thing. But maybe middle ground. Maybe less of a cutoff when it starts. Oh, starting the anticipation glow earlier and drawing that circle inversely to the spiral shrinking. Anticipation glow earlier. I think I'm not yeah, no, actually I'm not entirely sure what you're saying, Dane. But that's probably not your fault. My head is kinda mushy right now. Yeah, exactly. It's like growing and then like collapsing and about to like burst. Oh, you know what I can do? Instead of the glow, I can add like the kind of star thing. So hold up. Sparkle, I guess. No shape, just like one of these, and no. Yeah, don't like that. Oh yeah, yeah. It's as soon as it's like it stops, the glow basically kind of grows, and then kind of does this kind of bursty thing. But I also want to do like a star sparkle kind of thing too. Maybe it will work. Maybe. Gonna try and see. I'm not gonna lie, my head is getting kinda heavy. So yeah, I think that looks alright. Not the sparkle though, I'm not in love with the sparkle right now, or I mean, it's okay, it's not annoying, but I don't feel that it's adding all that much. Maybe I will tweak it further in like a later edit. And yeah, maybe in the next stream I will either change the visuals for the enemies, because this is not very inspiring, or, you know, just work a bit on their AI kind of thing, or I don't know. Thanks, Sammy. Glad you like it. The illusion does break when you see it like from the side. Well, hopefully you won't ever get the chance to see it from the side, so there's that. Alright, so the point where I can't really tell how. Yeah, that's the thing, Dane. After no, it's okay, Dane. Yeah, I get what you mean. That's a very classic thing. When I'm working with VFX, especially when I have like some sort of art direction from some artist or something, so, you know, when they want something specific, after a while I really cannot understand what I'm doing. I'm just tweaking sliders and moving things around and hoping that, you know, does this look better? Does this look better? But yeah, it needs stuff like that usually needs some iteration and some fresh eyes, and especially like feedback from others as well. So yeah, it's okay, Cyan. I'm glad you like it. I didn't run into any technical issues this time, so I didn't need you to be very active this time. Alright, so yeah, I'm about to hit the 3-hour mark again, and my head is pretty messed up already. So I'm gonna call this stream done for now. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this and liked the little sparkly visuals that we made today. Oh yeah, it's a good time to go to bed, to be honest. I probably won't stay up much longer. It's already 12 AM here. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining, and thanks Sammy, καλή νύχτα και σε σένα. And yeah, see you in the next stream. Bye bye.